So about 8 years ago, when I just got into the business, I had a conversation with, she was like a $25 million producer. She's been in the business for 30 years. And I said, how are you so successful? How do I become a listing agent? And what she said was phenomenal. I still remember this. And she said, if you want to become a listing agent, it has to take some time. It's not going to happen in the day one. It's not going to even happen in the first year. And I was listening to a lot of coaches and different YouTube guys that were making videos and making cold calls and just talking about how you need to become a listing agent, just make calls and become a listing agent. And I was actually doing that, and I was successful. I was getting some listings. But she said, if you want a lot of listings, if you want to become a top producer and have lots of listings, it has to take some time. It's not going to happen right away. No matter what kind of motivational books and speeches you listen to and what kind of coaches you hire. And now looking back, and by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Oleg, and I got licensed in 2017. In 4 years, I was able to grow and get to selling 130 houses a year. And that was in 2021. And now I'm building a brokerage. We're on track to close 750 houses in 2025 and probably over 1,000 in 2026. That's the goal, at least. So I've been doubling my sales and growing as a brokerage, and I've kind of figured out and I've seen the patterns, and I can share something that really stood out for me and from my experience. Right now, I'm still selling, but slowing down every single year because I want to focus on building a brokerage. But throughout the years, it's been 8.5 years. First year, I was making lots of cold calls. So I was looking for sellers, calling FISBOs, expireds, and I was successful. I've got some listings. I overpriced them, of course. It took me some time to get them sold. It was not easy, but I got those sold, and I've got referrals, and I've got sisters and brothers and fathers that wanted to sell after I got that cold customer, and I sold something for them that referred me. So it's definitely working. It's definitely working 100%. I'm a living proof of it. Even though English is my second language, I was able to make calls and list houses and sell them and things like that. But what I'm seeing in the last few years, that out of 40 sales that I did this year, let's say, it's probably 30 listings, 10 buyers. It's all a repeat. It's all the buyers that bought with me before and now they're reselling. So she was right, because she was also selling like 25 million. It's roughly like 50, 60 deals that she was doing, and most of it was sellers, most. But she's been in the business for so long, and now she sees that every time somebody calls, somebody already owns a property that they already bought with her a long time ago, and probably she even resells the same buyer like 3 times throughout her career already. Because like when she started, somebody bought a condo, probably 5 years later they sell that condo, buy a townhouse. 5 years later go by, then they sell that townhouse, they buy a house, and she's still in the business. She still services them. So that's why she says that it takes long to become a listing agent. And for those who are newer in the business, also I want to share something, that you really don't need to be so focused on just becoming a listing agent. I was a little bit confused in the beginning. I'm like, yeah, buyers is not good. You got to work with listings. But no, buyers in the beginning, and you don't even have to think about beginning. A lot of agents work buyers for a very long time in their careers, and they always have buyers. It's a very healthy combination to have both buyers and sellers. But in the beginning, don't worry about the sellers at all. Just focus on getting anything. Anything is good, and your buyers will become sellers. Your buyers will outgrow the property they're gonna buy. They're probably gonna buy something cheap. Your first buyer is probably gonna be your friends and relatives, or somebody who you're gonna probably meet through social media or networking events, whatever. But a lot of times it's gonna be something cheap, which doesn't matter. Something cheap means they're gonna get rid of it too very quickly. So you're gonna be selling that thing. So you can already double that volume, because they are buying right now. They're going to be selling that thing. They're going to be buying something bigger, and then probably in your career they're going to be selling that thing too, and then you're going to service all of your friends. So this career is only getting better as soon as you grab these cheaper clients and they become your buyers, first buyers. That is all good. Don't worry about it. That was my thing. I was always worried, like, yeah, I'm on this low price range. I'm selling these cheap properties, but then the price range started to grow, and I'm like, oh, now I'm selling something more, and now these are calling me back because they want to get rid of it. So just wanted to share this because like I was just driving to the gym here, standing in the parking lot. I'm like, yeah, and also one more thing that she said that I kind of remember is a price for listings. Don't worry about pricing them. Do whatever they want. But then she also tweaks. She say you have to suggest them the range, but whatever they want to be in the range, just prepare them that there's going to be conversations that we're going to be working on it together, because you're going to be doing all the legwork and no guarantees that it's going to sell. But don't try to beat them up on the sale, because there's going to be another agent who's going to say, yeah, let's go for it, and then they're going to drop prices with them, and then they're going to sell, and you're going to be just on the sidelines watching. Plus, once you take the listing, you put the for sale sign, and lots of people see your sign, and lots of people take pictures of it. Lots of people call on that sign. You get buyer calls. So don't worry about pricing the listings. And I'm never kind of worried about it. I wasn't really confused. I was just, let me get a listing. Let me please get the listing. I don't care. It's, even though if it's overpriced, I'll just be dropping price. But I've had the moments where I was just advising to be very conservative, and there was somebody else who would say, yeah, here's a range, let's try higher, and they would drop the price and it would sell, and I would be like, yeah, I told you this is where it's going to sell, but you didn't listen to me. But then you listened to somebody else, and that somebody else made money. And so now I'm even sharing with everybody, like, yeah, suggest the range, but also tell them that if you feel comfortable going higher a little bit, let's go, let's try, and let's see what happens. I'm not gonna not take the listings because you want a little bit more money. Just go for it. Just try it out. You never know. Sometimes I'll share this with you guys. There was a lot of times where I thought that this property is definitely not selling. Heck, we have right now a listing in our office where we said the highest number is going to be 575. He listed at 599. He got 615. It's like, whoa, how? It's impossible. But sometimes you just don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes you list the property and somebody shows up and they really need that and they're ready to go. And I've sold. My friend just bought 2 years ago a house for 550. This year he calls me back. It's like 750. That's what I want to get. I'm moving to Florida. I'm like, it's a little bit of stretch, and we get the full price offer in the first week. And it closed very smooth. Everything's great. All his friends are like, you crazy, 200 grand in 2 years, and this property is not worth that much. But it was just the right thing. It was just the right moment. It was June. House has a pool. Everything's great. It just lined up. Had he put it up right now, no chance. Even though the time has passed and the prices should have been more, but no. It's just, it's sometimes it's just, it depends on how many sellers are also for sale right now. And there's something about the property that could be something special for this particular person, that they're ready to pay whatever they want. So don't be so strict on the listing price. Try it out and just stay in touch. 4 or 5 days, every 4 or 5 days, be in touch with the seller. And yeah, just wanted to share that. Hope it helps. Let me know, guys. Give me some comments. The more comments, the more likes, the more views we get. I'll just be sharing more things.